Hello everybody, I am Jedi Jack Penguin and welcome back to another LEGO Collectible Minifigures review. So today we're going to be looking at all of the characters from set number 71038, Disney 100 series, or I guess this is series 3 for LEGO Disney. There are a total of 18 characters to collect in this series, retailing for that $4.99 price tag when they released on May 1st of 2023. One thing that I would like to bring up from the very start is that this will be our very last collectible minifigures series in these types of bags. Starting September with the Marvel Series 2, we're going to start seeing boxes like we saw for the Super Mario figures. But anyways, here is the packaging for these minifigure bags. You get a few of your characters from the very front and that Disney 100 style packaging, which you'll see for other sets in the foreseeable future. Really love that silvery look to the bag. Here's a look at the back where we have our barcode, which you can also find up on my website if you're having trouble finding these. When you find these, you'll either find the bags themselves or they'll be featured in one of these handy dandy little display boxes here, which I really love how they included all of the characters from the very front of it. There is no top display piece like we've seen with some previous series, and this should be able to hold at least 2 full sets. When opening up your bag, you'll get one of these little pamphlets, which is held together by a piece of tape that I don't appreciate them putting on, but here you go. It gives you a full-on checklist of all of the characters within the series, which we'll be taking a look at in this video. And from the back side, a quick tutorial on how to build up some of these characters if you don't know how to build them up, and your win information and some very nice little Disney 100 art from the back as well. Another thing I have to talk about when it comes to all these characters is the fact that they each come with this printed stand piece. And yes, you heard that right, it's printed with the words Disney 100, which is really great that LEGO made something unique. Though for those people who like just the plain old stand for their minifigures, just turn it around, it's that easy. Don't see it from the other side. Cruella de Vil, Cruella de Vil, if she doesn't scare you, no evil thing will. To see her is to take a sudden chill. Cruella, Cruella, she's like a spider waiting for the kill. Watch out for Cruella de Vil. To start off our minifigure selection, we have Cruella de Vil, who is probably my favorite character of the series, not because she exists, but because we get our little Dalmatian friend, Patch, and I've made it my mission to try my best to collect as many of these as possible, trying to reach that 101 threshold. So far, as of me recording this, I have 11. Hopefully by the time this video releases, I'll have more, but anyways, really adore Patch. Now, first things first, I did want to say that this version of Patch is actually based off the sequel film, 101 Dalmatians 2 Patch's London Adventure. We know this because in the sequel film, his design changed a little bit, where the black ear is now on the right side instead of the left side as seen in the original film. And the fact that we actually have little collar with the license there. You could also say that this is based off some of the promotional material for 101 Dalmatians. I think it's really interesting that LEGO went this approach. You can also see that we get some printing on the side with the spots. I really hope that they can print on the back because I would love to see Lucky show up at some point. It does look like it's a flat enough surface in which they can do that. Anyways, really love this new mold that LEGO made for the Dalmatian. Get the anti-studs from the bottom so you can stand him up on studs. Again, just such a treasure. So happy to have Patch in LEGO form, and I would love to see his brother and sisters appear in a set sometime down the line just because this mold exists. Back to the Devil Woman herself, we get some really nice dual molded legs there with the flesh tone and that yellowish color for her fur coat, which at first I didn't really like that they chose this yellow color. I feel like it's more of a tan, but I was thinking if they did that it would have clashed very badly with the flesh tone color, so I'm happy that they chose something that would pop a little bit more. We also get the red for her shoes there, for the gloves. We also get this 1x1 tile for like the tassels at the end of the fur coat, which I think is really funny. Get some back printing on this figure, which is also great that they went all out with that. And we also happen to get this under the neck accessory, which is one of the more annoying parts of this character. I should also note that she does come in another bag within the bag, and that this particular piece is loose and not inside that extra bag, so be very careful when you're cutting these open, because you could easily cut this if you're using scissors to open the bag. But again, really interesting under the neck accessory. Do I like it? Not very much. I wish that they could have made something more to show the poofiness of that fur coat. One thing that I do absolutely love about this character, though, is that double-sided facial expression with that evil smirk from the front. Love that. And from the back side, we have another evil frown, which I love. Also have to point out this brand new mold for the hairpiece, which is dual molded with the white and the black on each side. As a whole, I feel like they did a great job with this character, and also out of all of these characters, I think I'm the most qualified to talk about Cruella, though I still think that they could have done some work when it comes to the coloring of her fur coat. Patch is definitely the highlight of her character inclusion. I would have loved to have seen Roger and Pongo included as a counter to this character. That's just one other thing that I have to throw out there. I just feel like there is definitely great potential for us to get another 101 Dalmatian related Disney sort of set, maybe with Cruella's car, or maybe even just like a modular style building of where the Radcliffes live. Moving right along down the line of my favorite characters in this series, we have Robin Hood, and I don't think there is any other better place for them to have included characters based off this movie. It makes sense considering it is the anniversary this year. We again get some really nice dual molded legs, which kind of fall apart when it comes to the printing. The flesh tone there looks kind of weird, but I can forgive them there. Dual molded arms, love that. Printing for the torso and just for, like, I guess the shoe area. I really like that they were able to include that. We also get some back printing just to finish off the character. And something really interesting about this character is the fact that they actually printed on the tail piece. You see how the sides and the front of the tail piece, that under the torso accessory, is green, and then the tail is that orangey color that you'll see for the rest of Robin Hood. I love that they were able to do that. I would like to see them continue to do that in the future. Hopefully that's not something that they can only do with these collectible minifigures. Now, looking at the head mold for Robin Hood, this is all one mold for both the head and the hat, so that is dual molding, and the printing is great. I love the eyes, works very well, and we also get a small little accessory from the very top. For the little feather in his hat, I would have liked to have seen the hat be able to be removed, just so then they could reuse this fox head mold for maybe. But as a whole, another really strong character, and a character that I don't think would have appeared otherwise if we didn't get him within a collectible minifigure series. To finish off our characters from Robin Hood, we have Prince John, which is another character that I never really imagined to have seen in LEGO form. Definitely, I would have preferred to have seen Robin Hood's significant other as the other minifigure to counter him, but I guess this is nice to have the villain. Again, another character that we probably never would have seen outside of a collectible minifigure series. We get this bag of money and also one of his little golden coins for an accessory, a brand new print for that. We also get some really great dual molded legs for his character, where you can see the printing even continued from this side there just for that pattern. And we'll also use that same under the neck accessory as we saw for Cruella, which I think it is kind of ironic that it is the same exact piece, and it also is white with black dots, so yeah, it's just really interesting if you get what I'm saying there. If you know anything about 101 Dalmatians, it is just kind of ironic. Also have to appreciate the arm printing, which you'll see from both sides, and the extra bit of back printing for this character doesn't hurt. And another brand new molded head hat combo for this particular character with the dual molding for the crown, and the printing for the eyes just works very well. Still a little disappointed that we don't have a Lilo minifigure to go with the Stitch from Series 1, but here we are again with Stitch, which is his space suit right here, which also includes the 4 arms, which even have printing. This particular mold came back in LEGO Star Wars in 2018, I believe. Also have to appreciate the detail on the legs there. Printing even on like the middle of those short legs is really amazing to see. We get 2 accessories of those ray guns recolored for the very first time in yellow. And we get some back printing, which shows just the rest of his sort of like little spikiness there and his tail. And we get pretty much the same exact mold that we saw for the last version of Stitch. It's just we get some brand new prints right here, just to represent that more alien type version of Stitch. One thing that I do feel is missing, and something that I pointed out when this first leaked, is the fact that we are missing the antennas from the top of his head, which is something that I would have really liked to have seen here, though of course I don't mind them reusing the same exact headpiece, and also the inclusion of those antennas probably would interfere with the rest of the mold. Maybe they'd have to do it in a soft plastic, otherwise they'd break. But here's just a quick comparison of the 2 Stitches, the one from the first collectible minifigure series back in 2016, and then this one. I'll flip him around just so then you can see the printing from the back as well. For the very first time ever in LEGO form, we can see the colors of the wind with Pocahontas, which will also be appearing as a mini doll in June, I believe. It's so great to see that LEGO is finally making Pocahontas. It's a character that I'm surprised they never made before this. She comes with 2 accessories, the first one being a compass that she got from John Smith, and then the others being the actual colors of the wind with these 3 leafy pieces, which we have actually seen 2 of these in sets before, other than this one right here is a brand new recolor, not for this set. I believe it came in one other set before this from the Disney Princess line. You're gonna hear me say this a few times, dual molded legs printing on the side. Wow, love that. We actually also get some arm printing on this character on one side, which is really great to see the attention to detail. We also get some back printing, which will reveal her alternate facial expression. Really love how they went all out with her character. Get the 2 facial expressions, one with just a calm, sort of relaxed look, and then an open mouth singing face for when she's singing her song. And we also get a brand new hairpiece that even includes a hole from the side if you want to put an accessory. Otherwise, it is brand new and will appear on the mini doll version that's coming later this summer. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? It's Snow White, not the Evil Queen. Evil Queen, for the very first time ever in LEGO form. We'll also be seeing a variant for her character coming in a set in June. Really great to see that we actually got her. Surprised we didn't get Snow White, though she has her own set coming at least next year. Maybe we'll see her in the Disney Castle, we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, she comes with one accessory being the mirror, the magic mirror with the face on there. Love the printing style on that shield piece. If you don't know how that's connected, we get this pole piece, which is also coincidentally a brand new recolor in that golden color there. We get a really nice cape, which has the black from the back side and the red from the front. Really love that print. We also get one in white from the top, which does look kind of similar to one that you'll see on 2 other characters, though surprisingly is different. LEGO again includes some really nice prints for her outfit when it comes to the torso and the skirt piece. However, we do not see that continued from the back of the skirt, though we do get some back printing, which isn't really necessary, all covered up by the cape. We get the one facial expression just because the back side of her head isn't covered up by that crown piece, which you'll also be able to get as an extra piece if you're interested in that. Printing a lighter color on a darker surface didn't turn out that great. Really interested to see how they would do this character again in future, or if just like a regular set release will fix that printing problem. I don't know if it would, considering minifigures from Collectible Minifigures series are printed differently than those from regular sets. Surprisingly, we only get 2 characters from a Pixar film in this series. From Coco, we have Miguel, who turned out really great, including an accessory for his guitar, which is the same exact style that you'll have seen since 2016. However, we also get another doggy companion with him, that being Dante, who utilizes that German Shepherd mold for the very first time in that dark brown color, though we do get some exclusive prints just for his tongue and his eyes. I think he looks pretty cute, Get the stud from the back, and of course you can place him on anti-studs just like any other dog. Now back to Miguel, we get those mid-sized legs as he is a teenager character. We even get some arm printing, which I love the attention to detail with that. We get that hood piece in red, which works very well. And we even get an alternate headpiece, and both of these headpieces even include double-sided facial expressions. I love that. That's really amazing. Now, starting off with this one, we have his disguise. We get a nice smile from this side, and from the back side, a concerned look. There's a look at that with the hood. And placing on the alternate headpiece, we have one that more so matches his flesh tone with a nice smirk from that side, and we'll spin that right around to see an open mouth grin from the other side, and we even get a hairpiece to go with that. LEGO, thank you so much, you guys are amazing. We'll also remove that hairpiece so you can see that with the hood if you wanna. There you go. Really love this figure. LEGO really went all out with him as well. Alongside Miguel, we have the villain of Coco, Ernesto de la Cruz, who looks really stunning with the printing for the arms and the legs. Just the shine to that as well, and even on the hat, the brim of the hat, you can see all that printing style. And the guitar is also a brand new print, may even be a brand new mold for that, as you see for just like the styling up here for that head. I'll bring out Miguel's guitar just so then you can see that comparison. Wow, really cool. Also, might as well remove that just so then you can take a better look at the leg printing for this character, which isn't too detailed from the front. It's really the side leg and arm printing that really goes all out, and you can see just like the skeleton body there. Back printing, continuing that style again. Just the shine on this character is really fantastic, and even getting a new hair hat combo, which I would expect them to use at some point in LEGO City, maybe. We also get a double-sided facial expression, one with a smirk and one with an evil laugh from the other side. Ha ha ha. We're almost there. Yeah, we're almost there. There's only a few more characters left in this series, and we have made it to the Princess and the Frog. We have Tiana, who looks really amazing. We get a brand new hairpiece for her character, which also has an accessory hole from the top, so you can put that crown, which is also a new recolor, I believe. It might even just come in one other Disney princess set at the moment. Dual molded arms, printing on the front, and the back of the torso, only printing from the front of the skirt piece there. You also get a recolor of the frog, which is kind of funny that we've never seen it before in lime green. I am kind of surprised that this is the first time we're getting it in that color. We also get a really neat accessory, an advertisement for Tiana's Place, that 2x3 tile piece, and even just the Legoized version of that. Oh, that's so amazing. I love that. You also get a double-sided facial expression, one with a smirk, and then one where she's singing her song. Really great figure. So happy with how she turned out. We've also got some friends on the other side with Dr. Facilier. Another really strong figure. We get his sort of little staff thingy there. We have some of his cards represented by a 1x2 tile piece. Printing on the front of the legs just for the bottom of his feet and the belt. Torso print I think is amazing. This is probably one of the better torso prints in this series. Back printing continues the style of this character there. Only the one facial expression because the hat doesn't cover up the full back side, but still the same. We get that top hat piece, which is also facing the opposite direction with the print, which I think is really cool how it just like slants down, just like the real character. I think LEGO did a wonderful job, and even the facial expression they chose. We're just getting so many Disney villains this year, it's so amazing. One of the weirder minifigures in this series, and I say that because we have a molded nose on a regular minifigure head. We have Pinocchio from Pinocchio. We get some mid-sized legs, which look as if they're dual molded, but it's actually just printing. It's a really funny how some people thought that this was dual molded mid-sized legs. We also get some back printing on the torso, dual molded arms. For his accessory, we get Cleo the fish, which is on that printed transclear headpiece, and something I have to say about that, we get the fish on one side, and then on the other side, We get the printing for the little castle. Oh my gosh, LEGO, you guys are really making such a wonderful series here. We only get the one facial expression for Pinocchio because we have that little nub for a nose, which is a soft plastic, so, you know, you can wiggle it around a little bit just so then it doesn't break off. I should also point out when you remove that hair piece that we also have like this newer design where we don't have the regular sort of holes that you would see from the top of a minifigure head. And speaking of normal holes, just looking at Baymax, this is also a new design that they've started to release for minifigure heads, which I just think is really interesting. We only get the 2 holes compared to 3, which we've seen in the past. Just something fun that I thought I'd mention, but anyways, hair hat combo for Pinocchio is brand new. Love it. Dual molding all around. Fantastic. LEGO is really killing it with these minifigure designs. Alongside Pinocchio, we also get his little conscience, Jiminy Cricket, who includes a brand new recolor for that umbrella piece for the very first time in that magenta color, really nice. We get some printing on the short legs, and we get the printing from the torso, front and back, white hands for some gloves. As I said, all of these characters seem to include these little white neck capes, which is really funny that they are all different sort of styles. They aren't the same. You'll see it on this character, the Evil Queen, and later on the Queen of Hearts. We only get the one print for the head just because it isn't covered up by the hat piece from the back side, which is the same hat piece you'll have seen for Dr. Facilier, just facing that opposite direction and of course being a lot more bright and colorful and happy for this particular character. One thing I have to say when it comes to this character's design is that I am kind of disappointed that we didn't get Geppetto instead. I say that because this character just shouldn't be this size compared to Pinocchio. Putting them side by side, this just does not make sense. Jiminy could have been an extra accessory alongside Pinocchio, and then we could have had Cleo with Geppetto. I think that would have worked a lot better than this. For the very first time in minifigure form, though a character that'll appear again in the Disney Castle later this year, we have Aurora. She comes with one accessory, that being this woodland creature owl friend, which isn't a brand new mold or a color that we haven't seen before for the owl, but we get some printing that's specialized for the eyes to make it look a lot more cartoony. I guess that's nice. Another owl to throw in my owlry. But anyways, we get some nice printing on that skirt piece leading up to the torso, some printing on the arms there for her dress. We get some back printing on the torso, and we'll remove that hairpiece so you can see the alternate facial expression. We get 2 for her character, one with a nice smirk and one that much better fits a different outfit for her character, I believe. That sleeping face, though, still really love that face. I expect to maybe even see that return in the Disney Castle when we eventually see her character there. Same thing goes for this brand new hairpiece mold, which is really nice. You get an accessory hole from the very top of that, so you can place that little crown, which we have actually seen many times before in other sets. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. I think Mulan turned out really great. Yeah, that's really all that I have to say. Mulan looks nice. Same exact hairpiece that we got for the mini doll version, which I think is interesting. Side hole for the accessory. We get some dual molded legs for accessories, of course. Sword, no brainer. And then we also get Cri-Kee, which is the little cricket there on that cylinder piece. I like that we got him included, though still I would have loved to have seen Mushu in some way, shape, or form. Maybe we'll see a set for Mulan in the future. I believe all of these Disney princess characters deserve a set in some way, shape, or form eventually, before LEGO decides to stop doing minifigure scale Disney sets. Back printing there, remove the hairpiece, again a really wonderful facial expression. I think the face is perfect for Mulan there, with that happy look from the front, and then the fighting, scared, determined look from the back. And the hairpiece that they had for the mini dolls, it's fine, I like it. It doesn't make a difference to me. It is a soft plastic, I might as well add, so if you play around with it too much, it won't break. The Queen of Hearts is a surprise inclusion for sure. We have seen some Alice in Wonderland characters before in LEGO form. I would really hope to see them make maybe a set reusing those characters at some point just to go along with this one. But anyways, we get that larger dress skirt piece, which we saw introduced in an earlier collectible minifigure series. We get a brand new print from the front of that, printing from both the front and the back of the torso, continuing that sort of Queen of Hearts design. I love the colors here. We also get an accessory for this little sort of like heart thing, which also features a brand new recolor for that heart 1x1 tile, which I'm really also surprised that we've never seen that in red before outside of this collectible minifigures. Another thing I have to point out is that neck cape, again using that white style, which now I can bring both the Evil Queen and Jiminy Cricket into the situation. You can see the stylings for these all vary a lot. They do look very similar for both the Evil Queen and the Queen of Hearts, though they are different. This one's a lot more rounded on the edges, and this one being a lot more pointed, and then this one is of course a lot smaller for this smaller character with the short legs. Now on to the facial expression. We have a nice big evil grin, which I'm going to have to eventually take a picture of Umbridge with that face. But when you turn it around, off with her head, we have a very nice screaming, yelling, unhappy look for the Queen of Hearts. I also have to point out that brand new hairpiece, which is jewel molded with the little crown, and also some printing from the very back just for some extra little bits. Love the attention to detail. Baymax comes from Big Hero 6, which is a film that I haven't rewatched yet, so forgive me, I don't really know too much about this character, though we do get these brand new arm molds for his character, which is really interesting. We get some circular prints on those, printing from the back of the torso, and printing from the front of the torso and the legs there, and even for the head. As a whole, not a character that I'm really interested in, probably one of the weaker characters included in this series. We also happen to get this as his accessory, which I believe is supposed to be his charging port, because he's some sort of like robot character. We get a brand new print from the side of that as well. Also, before I do end off on this character, it is probably one of the most annoying things because it includes these 1x1 pieces, which you can confuse with the 1x1 that you get for Cruella. Pain. Reaching the very end, we have Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, another character that I'm not exactly too familiar with, though it's one of the very first ever sort of animated Disney characters. We get these dual molded legs with the black on the bottom and the blue at the top, which is unprinted. I expect a lot of people will really like that. We also get printing from the front of the torso and the back with a little bit of the tail for this rabbit character. We also get a brand new print on this 1x2 tile piece just for Oswald Act 2 Take 1, which I think is really cute. I think that's a nice little feature. And of course, if you're filling up for this character, you're going to want to feel for this giant ball-shaped head with the little bunny ears from the top, dual molded with the black and the white, and also just the printing for the eyes and the mouth. He does look very, very creepy without any pupils, but it is accurate to the source material, so can't complain about that. And to finish us off from Fantasia, we have Sorcerer Mickey, who I think turned out great, except for the broom accessory, which I don't know why they couldn't just give us a mop instead of a broom. We use that broom bottom piece, which was introduced in LEGO Harry Potter, this particular one coming in the 12 Grimold Place in that color. So it is disappointing that they couldn't just give us a mop, which we know exists because it appeared in the 2016 Disney Castle set. I don't know if that mold has been discontinued or what happened with that. I don't know why that couldn't be included. Instead of that, maybe LEGO just had an excess of that particular piece, who knows. You also get a bucket, which I guess is nice. Looking at the overall character though, we do get some dual molded legs with the black on the bottom and the red on the top, and printing all around just to finish that character up. We also get some back printing and some front printing on the torso there. I love the sparkly shininess of little stars on his robes. And we get a brand new mold for that Mickey Mouse head, which is dual molded with 3 colors here. Also want to point out the printing on the hat there. Love the shine of the stars and the moon on that. And just a normal everyday sort of print for the front of Mickey's face there when it comes to the eyes. Cruella de Vil is no doubt my favorite character of this series just because we got Patch, and oh my gosh, I love Patch so much. I really do hope I can collect 101 of him or more if I can. Pocahontas is long overdue, so happy we have her in LEGO form. Characters from Princess and the Frog are always welcome, even getting Mulan and Aurora and Stitch again, which is a character that I just don't know why he's in here. We should really be getting a Lilo and Stitch set at this point. There is demand for it. We really do need that. Just so many great things to say about this series. Lots of wonderful prints and dual molding. The selection may need some work, though no doubt these are going to sell very well, and hopefully we'll end up seeing another collectible minifigure series in future, unless we just continue to get minifigure scale sets, which I wouldn't mind either. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for this video. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below what your thoughts are on this series. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so every time I upload a new video. So yeah, that's it for now, and I will see you next time. Bye!